He's going to reach back and open up the life sling bag and dump the life sling into the water to start trailing it behind. He's also going into this hove to position just to slow down and to minimize the distance sailed away from the victim. You don't have to pull all the line out of the life sling bag, you just have to get it started. It'll drag out behind the vessel. So now she's going to bear off, and without dropping the jib, because she doesn't want to go forward while she's doing this maneuver, she's just going to go straight downwind. Notice the sails are in the same strapped in trim that they were when she started. This is a very gentle jibe, even though we're sailing in 15 to 20 knots of breeze. The boom is on center line, so it just doesn't slam over to the side. She has to sail to leeward of the victim and just drag the life sling line past him. And then when he gets the life sling line, she stuffs the boat up into the wind and brings it to a stop. Because she's towing a 125-foot piece of line behind her, she doesn't have to be very accurate in her steering. She just has to go to leeward and start steering and pull the line in towards the victim. Once again, she's slowing the boat down, going into this heave-to position. When the boat's under control, she's going to hold the wheel in the center, go forward and drop the headsail first, and then drop the main. Now the victim at this point has 20 pounds of flotation, so he or she is not going to drown, and that only took about 90 seconds to deliver the flotation. That's really impressive. Here she goes forward. She's going to cast off the jib halyard. You can see her fighting with the wheel a little bit there because she wants the boat to stay upwind of the victim and not start sailing downwind.
Main first.
Okay, main's coming down. Generally, we recommend dropping the headsail to keep the boat more head to wind, but the point is that she's trying to depower the boat so it doesn't drag the victim in through the water since he's now connected by that line.
Right behind the flag.
This shows you the challenge of trying to drop the main going downwind. The sail slides immediately jam against the sail track, and it becomes really difficult. She may, there goes the jib. I'm going to slow the boat down, allow it to come back head to wind.
It shows you how much she had the helm over when she was going into the...
Once the victim has flotation, you can slow down. There's no need to rush through this process. The advantage is that you've got a line to the person, you've got flotation, and you can spend 5 or 10 minutes getting the boat under control, and it really doesn't make any difference. You can go very slowly. She's going to bring them alongside and then make the retrieval line fast in the cockpit, kind of tie them alongside the hull. Then she's going to rig a 3-to-1 lifting tackle, and that 3-to-1 lifting tackle is to increase her mechanical advantage so that she can run the tail of the tackle back to the cockpit and then grind the victim up and over the lifelines. The one thing that consistently people do incorrectly is that they don't hoist the lifting tackle high enough off the deck. And it has to be way over your head, about 10 feet off the deck. You'll see why in just a second, but by the time the victim is being pulled up over the side, he kind of stretches out because they've got a life sling and a bowline of line and so forth. And it's really important that you get the lifting block high off the deck. Okay, now she's going to rig it. Reaching down, grabbing the lifting tackle, grabbing an end of the halyard. You can look at the flag on the stern and see how much wind they still have out there. It's a little calmer on shore, but boy, it's really blowing where she is. A little hard to see at this point, but she's hauling the lifting block, the upper fiddle block, above the deck right now and making the halyard fast. Now she's going to go back to the cockpit, and take the tail of the tackle, and start grinding up her fellow sailor. There she goes, grinding, grinding, grinding. He should be rising out of the water just shortly.
So there's plenty of water around there. Yeah.
So this ends up being a very consistent way for couples who are going sailing together to get the confidence that if one of them falls overboard, the other can retrieve them. Excellent job.